Greetings, Bobby W6IWN here. We've already talked about and demonstrated the JPC-12 vertical antenna. That's a center load coil antenna. Let's check out the JPC-7. What's the difference? This is a coil loaded dipole. So this should get you a dipole from 6 to 40 meters. Let's find out. So the cases are exactly the same. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. What's the difference? And I'll show you everything up closer on the bench. This one comes with 2 whips and then 2 of these coils. So that's going to be able to adjust your dipole. And then rather than 4 extensions on one side, you get 2 extensions on each side. And you're going to need to adjust your extensions depending on what band you're on. All right, I'll show you everything that's in the bag real quick. So like I showed you, there's the 4 extension poles. Then we have the hub. This is kind of the master, the brains that separates it. So what this is going to do, this is going to get you to a tripod. This is going to be my first and hopefully only complaint about this antenna besides it being a compromised coil antenna. It comes with this weird mount. All right, I was not familiar with this, even though I kind of do a lot of photography. This is for photography lighting. So if you do not have one of these tripods, don't expect to use this with your regular tripod. I'm gonna be right up front with you. This is not gonna work with your 3/8 by 24. I have not found an adapter. I think this is called a U-mount. However, you can pick these tripods up super cheap. They're on Amazon and they are very common. So they're for camera lighting. So I picked one up. They said it was $89. I picked one up that was used and I got it for $39. Granted, I've been waiting for over a week for shipping. Thankfully, Dave KK7 RHF, a local photographer and ham radio guy here, loaned me one of his to share this antenna with you guys. Anyways, let's get right to it. So how does this all work? There's these 2 metal arms and these have the 10 mil, which your whips and everything are gonna plug into. And once again, I'll show you this all closer up on the bench, but here's what it looks like. See all those holes in there? So each one of these has 2 notches on it. So you can go anywhere along here, anywhere in those holes. So you can do a horizontal dipole, you can do a V dipole, you can do an L. You could pretty much do the YMCA with this antenna. So it has a ton of different configurations. And also on the top of the hub, if you wanted to just do one vert, you can do that route as well. So we're going to be doing the dipole today. So all you want to do is you want to put one of these on each side. So if you wanted just a horizontal dipole, you would obviously have these oppose each other flat. I'm going to go for a V. So I'm going to go 1 notch up on each one of these. All right, now that I have my adapter, all I did was go 1 notch up on each for a V. I'm going to go ahead and just pop it into the tripod with this U-mount. It's pretty simple. I do like that you can pop this in here and you can rotate your antenna really easily rather than it becoming unscrewed like the 3/8. So I guess that does have its pro there. All right, that's all set up. So I'm gonna do some 20 and 40 meter tests real quick. So I got all these poles. I'm gonna add 2 extensions on each side real quick. And if you're hearing gunshots, I apologize. There is shooting range kind of close behind me. I don't know why it's at the top of the mountain. I feel like it should be at the bottom of the mountain. Okay, so it comes with a 1-to-1 Ballon here, and then these just have like these tiny little banana plugs, and I'll show you up closer, but you'll see the sides on the hub here. There's going to be 3 of those holes. You're going to want to use one on each side. It doesn't matter which side for the dipole, so you just go ahead and plug that in, and then on the other end of the Ballon is your PL239. So pop in your coils. And it looks like I have one of my V's off just looking at this already. So I can kind of demonstrate before I put the whips on all the way. It'd be a little bit easier for me to move it around. But so if you just loosen these notches, you can move this any way you want. So if I wanted to have it a very steep V, which I never would do, but just for an example, you could have them both that way. You can have it 1 flat. You could do it in the L. Envision the whips on it You could do it in a sloper config. So I do like the hub. That is pretty cool. It's got a lot of options on it. So what we're gonna do today is I'm just gonna go with a slight V dipole. So I'm gonna match what I got on this side. So it does come with this 1-to-1 ballon. Potentially, you could hook a 4-to-1. I don't know how it would be tuning, but and attach a wire between your two whips and turn this thing into a delta loop. I haven't experimented with that yet, but potentially you could do it. All right, I got my whips on. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slide these to the top 20-meter mark on both of the coils, and I'll show you that up close. It's the gold one. Okay, I'm ensured everything's where I want it. I'm gonna start at the top. Make sure you pull out all your sections all of the way, because that's gonna affect your tuning on the dipole. You wanna make sure everything is the same, except on this dipole, when you're tuning it, rather than shortening both sides, they recommend you only do one side of the whip. I'll get into that more detail later. Okay, that's it. I've already got my coax here. For demonstration, I'm gonna be using my Xiegu X6200. It's got a pretty good SWR sweep on it, so I can show you how this works. So all I've done is set it up. Okay, I'm making sure, double checking before I raise it. Yeah, both are on the 20-meter marks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and send this thing up in the air. I apologize if you're hearing gunshots in the background. There is a gun range that is right behind me. I'm on top of the mountain at 7,000 feet. There's also another one at the bottom. So you shoot into the side of the hill, which I think is a lot smarter. I don't think people should be up at the top of the mountain flinging bullets, but that's my personal safety preference. Okay, so I have that lighting tripod. I have some sandbags down here. It's pretty windy, so this is a perfect real world test. We're just getting off of G2. I'll try to show you the solar reports up here for that day, but yeah, the band conditions, it was gonna go earlier and it said poor across the band. When I left to come up here to set up, it said fair and then poor across some of them. So nothing is in good shape right now for this testing. Let's look at sweep. So over here, I got the Xiegu X6200. It's got a perfect sweep. I'm gonna turn off the antenna tuner, and I'll show you real quick. We'll tune up 20 meters and see if this thing's gonna even tune, or how much we gotta fiddle with it and raise it up and down. Is it gonna be hassle, or is this thing already set up and ready to go? Let's find out. Okay, sorry about the glare. I'm out in the field, but here is a sweep on 20 meters. Nope, my tuner's off. I didn't do anything weird. I just set this thing up, and then I slid up on the coil to 20 meters. I didn't even adjust the tip. So if you are going to tune this, they say to only tune one side. So you would shorten one side of the whip a little bit to fine tune it. But I'm pretty amazed for the sweep here on just setting it up right at 20 meters, whips fully extended with the two rods. That was a pretty simple and quick setup, but we'll see how it performs. All right, once again, sorry about the glare. All right, so what I did for 40 meters is I slid it to their marks, and it was kind of high. So I tried going below like I do with the JPC-12, just one notch below, because that works for me on that antenna. That didn't seem to work. So I went one notch above. That got it pretty good. And then I shortened one whip, just one whip on one side. And then I kept coming back and checking it. I probably brought it in about maybe 6 inches or so. And I seem to got it pretty flat across 40 meters. So you're kind of getting the point. You're going to need to adjust it per band. There's going to be certain bands where you won't need the coil, like 10 meters. So 17 meters, I think you're going to have to slide these all the way to the top. That's how it is on the JPC-12. Let's give it a shot. Okay, here is 17 meters. Well, okay, I slid it all the way to the top like I do on the JPC-7. And that, or excuse me, the JPC-12, just the vertical whip, and that seems to work great. That didn't work with the dipole. So I kept fiddling with it, and I slid each coil down 6, I believe, from the very top. And I have it just flat across 17. This is looking great. So for 15 meters, it looks like you're going to have to take off one of the extension poles. I'm going to have to fiddle that with a little bit later. It's getting late at night. It's hot in the desert. here, so I couldn't activate when I wanted to earlier, plus with the solar storm. So I'm kind of limited on light today, but yes, this thing will get flat across all the bands that it promises, 6 through 40. Very cool. Oh, it did really well on the sweeps. Very cool. So I've got my QRP radio. I am in a POTA park. This actually is a SOTA summit. If you go up there a little bit, I've already activated, and there's a lot of radio towers up there with RFI, so I don't want to mess with that. But rather than going QRP, I brought my Yaesu 710 because, you know, I want to have fun, and the band conditions are crap right now. So I'm going to plug in this little bit better coax and maybe scoot away from the antenna a little bit and try a quick POTA. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Sorry about the terrible camera exposure. I have it pointed right at the sun, but that's what I'm going for. So I have it all set up in a 20-meter dipole configuration with a slight V there. But I am in Nevada, so I wanted to be pointed east and west. The bands are really rough. So this thing has been doing well in the sun, or in the wind and the sun, I hope. So I did want to mention, if you did have the JPC-12, which is just the vertical setup, and you're like, oh, wow, I wish I would have got the dipole. They actually do have like a conversion add-on kit, whatever you want to call it. Rather than buying both antennas, you can buy a kit to turn your JPC-12 into the JPC-7. Personally, I think they should have changed the numbers, but I guess lower is better in this case. However, I wanted to mention that. Let's get activated. This thing is pretty cool. It makes a small footprint, but let's see how it does after this G2 storm, because my waterfall is not looking very good. So this will be a real test for it in the POTA if I can get activated. So fingers crossed. Let's do it. Alpha Lima 7 kilowatt Charlie. Good evening, Mike. I'll give you a signal report on the next go around.
Hey, Bobby, good to catch you again. No summit this time, man.
No, there is a summit here. I can see it. It's about 1,000 feet away, but there's some radio towers. I've already activated it, just so no points. I was out here testing a new antenna, so I wanted to keep it a little bit away from the radio towers up here, Roger.
Anyway, hey, you're 5 and 3, 53,
Last call. Parks on the air. Whiskey 6 India, Whiskey November. Last call.
Whiskey 6 Tango Delta X-ray.
Hey, I know that call. Whiskey 6 Tango Delta X-ray. Chris, thank you for another one. You're 5'9" tonight.
Yeah, you're a little over. You're about 5 or 10 over this evening. Are you running power?
I'm doing 100 watts. I'm actually testing out a new antenna. It's this JPC-7, and it's a coil-loaded dipole. So yeah, it's got 2 coils on each side. The whips are only about 8 feet on each side, so it's a very small antenna. I'm surprised it's working so well, to be honest.
Well, it's small, but it's sounding rather good.
All right, very cool. We got it activated after G2 storm, so that's actually a pretty good test on an antenna, in my opinion. Most of the people I talked to were complaining about the band conditions, so if you can get an antenna to get you activated on rough band conditions, then most likely it's going to work pretty well under good conditions. So I haven't had the privilege yet to try it under good conditions. I am looking forward to that though. But that is a good test. I'm out here in the wind. I'm doing a real POTA under crap conditions, and I was able to activate. I think I got 11 in the first 9 minutes on 20 meters. It was kind of up and down, a lot of QSB. I think I got like 19 on 20 meters. I went to 40 meters. I tuned it up. I got a park to park there. 40 meters was really rough. I think I got 5 or 6 guys, but I was getting some good reports. I did get a 10 over on 40 meters, so I was surprised. Anyways, we got to head down the mountain. There's a lot of rocks and stuff we got to dodge on this road, and we got about an hour of light. So Ricky and I do put a lot of effort into these videos. So if it is something you like, feel free to hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button if you want to join us on some more adventures. And I'll try to jump on the bench and show you everything up close, and then maybe we'll hop into the computer and I'll show you where to get this thing and what it costs, because this thing is, I want to say it's like 280 or less. If you get just the JPC 12 antenna, I want to say that one's like 140-ish or so. Don't quote me. I'll put the actual prices up here when I'm back at my computer. But you can get the add-on kit. So if you already have the JPC 12, which is just the vertical kit, with the counterpoise wires. You can get the kit and the hub and the other whip to turn it into both. And then you've got multiple choices. You could do the vertical, you could do the dipole. Potentially, you could change that 4-to-1 balun, or excuse me, this has a 1-to-1 balun on it. You could change that out to a 4-to-1. Maybe step up your V on this and add a wire in between and do a delta loop. I don't know how that would go on tuning. That would have to experiment with that. But yeah, so you got a lot of options for this budget antenna, and it seems to work pretty well. I don't like that mount on the tripod because I didn't have any of those tripods. I have one coming on the way. I said, you know, I picked up the returned one off Amazon. I think it was like 39 bucks or something, but brand new. A one like that, but it's 13 feet tall, is $89 that works with this. So that's pretty good, but it's not going to work with your other antennas. So you would need the proper tripod to work with this. So that's the only kind of bummer. I wish that Telegance or whoever actually is making these JPC antennas would think that if they're going to be marketing and selling them in the US, how about we use some 3/8 by 24 thread like everybody else, because that is the standard in the United States and everybody already has mounts for that. So I know they have the adapters, but so just a future note, Telegance or whoever is actually making these antennas, if you're listening, please help us out. All right, we hope to catch you on the next one. 7-3.